Hello everyone, welcome to Lisa Horton Crafts. My name is Natalia. Today I will show you how I made a card using a new floral layering dies, Pansies. So here I've die cut pansy flowers, and I've used for some of it I've used double-sided sticky sheets. And here I'm showing you how I'm building a flower. I'm adhering the second layer of the flower to the solid flower, and here I will use waste from this flower, and I can adhere those little pieces to the solid flower. I'm using pickup tool and adhering the little pieces by looking at the flower next to it. Where to add those little pieces. I'm continuing to adhere those little pieces to the flower. And here I will adhere the center for the flowers with the wet glue. And here is another pansies, and I will show you the same technique as I used for the first flower. So I've used also a double-sided sticky sheet, and now I'm adhering the second layer for the flower to the solid flower. And here I'm using another solid flower and adding the waste of this flower, little pieces. So when I'm adhering that, as you can see, the edges of the flowers is quite narrow. And this way you will know how to adhere the little pieces. And here also I'm gluing the center of the flowers to the flower. So here I've made more flowers. So now I will use a nested dies, a panel, and here are the new stencil, and here are the 3 flowers I've chosen for this card, and also I've chosen 3 colors based on those flowers. So I've used squeezed lemonade, tumble glass, and chips of fire. So I'm using brushes to blend the inks to the card stencil. So I'm using squeezed lemonade first, and now I'm using tumble glass and adding the colors to the stencil. Here I've chosen chips of fire, it's quite dark color, so I've used piece of paper to take some of the ink away for a lighter blend. Here I will use more of the tumble glass color. Here I've decided to use the ink from the stencil for the card. So I've sprayed some water to the stencil, and here I'm adding card to the stencil, and I'm pressing hard. So I'm stamping with the stencil. I'm gonna take the excess of the water and inks from the card, and I'm gonna use this card for another project. So So here I've decided to use different floral for this stencil. So after I cut the solid flowers from white card and some of them from a navy second layer, and here I've decided to add more color by adding yellow colors and light blue color to the flowers. So I've added yellow color to the center and light blue color to the edges of the flowers, and also I'm adding some of the blue color to the center of the flowers. Here I'm adhering the gluing the flowers together using a wet glue. And building the flowers together and adhering the center of the flowers. Here I'm building the leaves using two colors, dark green and lighter color green, and gluing them together. Here I'm putting flowers together to the card before gluing them together. I'm gluing using the 3D foam pads and wet glue. And I'm building a cluster of flowers. Positioning the flowers to the card and adding flowers and leaves one by one and gluing together. Here I'm adding extra more 3D foam pads. So I'm gluing the stencil panel to the card. And here I'm using a new sentiments, and I've used word hello, and I'm adhering to the card. So I've used double-sided sticky sheets for it. And here I'm adhering the floral cluster to the card. I'm using gemstones, black color, and adding them to the card. And here I'm just applying some wet glue and adding the gemstones with the pickup tool. So here is the card. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video tutorial. Please hit the notification bell for more video tutorials. Take care. Bye.